Perfect. Perfect.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Your boy E-Man from the Average Joe Sports Talk Network coming at you with another edition of the Unscripted Sportscast. A lot earlier than usual. I kind of made a little last-minute change. Cricket cannot be, will not be with us today because I kind of changed the schedule on it. I want to get on, get the show popping, get it out of the way because I do want to watch the national championship. I'm not trying to be that dude. But yeah, so I kind of gave Cricket some last minute warning, and I said I'm going to jump on solo just to get this taker. But he'll be back next week, talking more NFL. You know he's betting his games out there. Check out his social media at X and follow the man. He will definitely be back next week. All right, camera issues right now. Let me see. Let's switch to the other camera because it looks like this was having some problems today. My webcam. I need to get a new one. Anyway, we are here back at it like a bad habit. Want to talk about this weekend's recap, give you my take on the championship game as well. That's coming up in about 45 minutes, 6:30 on ESPN. I don't work for them, but give them a shout out. And let's start this with probably the most talked about game of the week, man, right? And I'm going to tell you why, because I posted a video, a question with some humor short on YouTube. And the question I asked about this game after it was over was, did the refs, give the Chiefs another win? They steal this for the Houston Texans because it was a close game, right? 23-14. And here is why I said this, right? Because all of a sudden, the Monday morning quarterbacks, right? Armchair quarterbacks go crazy with this. Let me pull up these stats here. And when you look at the overall numbers, Houston had over 100 more total yards. They were pretty much even on rushing yards. Offensively, we're talking about right now. Passing yards, rushing yards, Houston annihilated KC. But no fumbles, no interceptions. Pretty much, right? It's the first time a team has ever lost when they had more total yards in one game and no turnovers. That was Houston. Houston Texans are the first team ever to lose. So, of course, everybody in there, B. McCormick is in the chat, is in the building. What's up, B. McCormick? My boy had a huge weekend, bro. My man made some coin and some bread this weekend. But yeah, coming back to this game, right? Everybody's blaming the refs. As naturally, there was some calls like Kansas City's been getting all year long. However, look, let's be honest here, man. At the end of the day, there are certain plays that the Houston Texans could not get in. All right. And CJ Stroud could not throw for a touchdown. Mixon had a great game, but it's done all year long. Just he couldn't move the ball. And then when there were opportunities for them to score, an extra point miss, 2 field goals miss. And to me, the story of the game was the Kansas City defense. All right. They had 8 sacks, which those 8 sacks took the momentum away from some drives that they just needed to get the ball off a little quicker, right? And probably would have ended up in some scoring opportunities. However, that wasn't the case. That was not the case for the Houston Texans. So I don't think you got to blame the refs on this one as much as they want to. All right. I don't think that's just the right thing to say. About to make some more coin tonight, baby. McCormick is heavy duty, baby. Yup. Throw those picks up in the chat, baby. Whenever you get a chance, if you can, we're not rushing here. But yeah, I get it. People are pissed off because something happened that has never happened before. A team with all those stats never lost a game before. And in regards to the Kansas City Chiefs here, shout out to, you got to get to Patrick Mahomes. He got a touchdown. This is what he does. That defense is ridiculous. I couldn't rush the shit out of the football. But again, Travis Kelce, Vax boy, Swifty lover, stepped up. It's what that's what Travis Kelce at the stage of his career has become. He's going to leave his best energy in game at this point in his age for when it counts. 117 receiving yards, 7 receptions and a touchdown. and the man was a beast. He almost housed a touch. He almost housed a touchdown for 49 yards that he got tripped up, man. But that was it, man. Everything else non-existent. Xavier Worthy, garbage points. Garbage yardage. Noah Gray, Kareem Hunt. That's it, man. Even freaking Hopkins did not get a lick in here. But let me tell you something, man. Let's stop blaming the refs completely for this. It's not all the refs. I think is a little more of a combination of both. Yeah, the refs and I got to switch cameras again. The refs, did not. It's one of those that wasn't as bad as you thought it was going to be. Okay, so let's stop blaming the refs so much. All right, about this one, but let's put a little blame on the Texans as well. The reason why I say this is because I got to show you guys this, man. I posted this video here on. I do, how I like to do my edits and stuff. Let me take you to this video that I posted on my YouTube channel. Shout out if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead. If you're, when you listen to my lives, I do more than just do these live streams. But check this out, man. I posted this edit, and I like to spark conversation, right? When it comes to the community, right? When it comes to the my stuff. So here's my channel. Let me go ahead and I want to share this with you guys, but I also want to hold on a second. But then I want to also make sure. I also want to make sure you guys can see the let me just go ahead and share this real quick. 1 second, boys and girls. Give me 1 second. Just trying to get myself situated, man. I kind of do have my ducks in a row here. Boom. Let's share this instead. And then I want to go to the comments here, so you can see some of the comments, some of the stuff I sparked here in this particular video.
Shut your bitch ass up.
This video has gone over like 15,000.
Shut your bitch ass up.
This video has gone over like 15,000 views already. Clear 15,000 views already, close to that. And it's going 88 comments, right? And what I want to do is I want to share some of these comments, right?
Snap, another four-man rush.
Oh gosh, man. Oh gosh, why is my YouTube game so weak here today, man, guys? Sorry about that. All right, let's go to shorts. Go here. Clear message to dude. Jeez. There you go. Check out the comments on this side over here. Let me see if you guys can see that. Some of the comments are hilarious, and some of these comments make a lot of sense, right? You got individuals saying the refs had a lot to do with true Chiefs win. Then you got individuals defending the fact, which I agree with them. 2 unnecessary roughness penalties when there was none. All crucial third downs always getting bailed out. QB sacked 8 times, scored only 1 touchdown, missed field goal, missed extra point, and atrocious special teams coverage. That's true. I forgot about that. So who was responsible for the 8 sacks? Shake my head. Can you not challenge unnecessary roughness penalties? Turnover on downs is still a turnover, and they let up 8 sacks and missed and got blocked 3 kicks. I mean, look at this. Everybody. So both sides. I got an equal opportunity here on both sides based on the spark I put out with this video. Crickets. Beamer Corman's picked right now. He's all over Ohio State with the -8.5 and total under 50. I like that. I really like that. That's actually, I played that earlier. Can't beat the Kansas City refs. 8 sacks. You heard of that, MFer? Congrats to the Kansas City refs. The Kansas City refs have been winning all year. And of course, let's keep it 100. The refs made some horrible calls. Watch the replays. Whoever doesn't believe that's not cool, referee should not be accountable hell for the BS horrible calls. So you got a little bit of both. Refs, turnover, not protected the QB. Special teams stunk it up. The Texans hurt themselves. The refs were not needed. I agree with both sides. I think the blame has to go to either one. All right. I think this is what we have. And look, the Chiefs move on. At the end of the day, man, when you play the champs, you want to make sure that you beat the champs and do not leave everything up to chance. Don't leave it up to chance, because when you leave it up to chance, guess what, man? Stuff never turns out your way. It is what it is. Now, let's talk about the second best matchup of the week, man. Not the second matchup, but another anticipated matchup. This one wasn't so much from controversy. It was just the fact that it was a great game. My 2 MVPs went at it last night. Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. And of course, both guys have a lot of reputation on the line, right? They are the ones that everybody talks about, compare them. They need to win the next big one. Which guy is going to take down Patrick Mahomes and all that kind of crap? Let me get some water here. Last night, I'm going to be honest with you, man. Yes, Mark Andrews should have caught that football. Nobody is disagreeing with that. And 9 times out of 10, Mark Andrews catches a 2-point conversion. All right. Snow or no snow. It is what it is. 27-25. Here's my main takeaways of this game. Turnovers. You cannot fumble the football. You cannot throw a pick. You cannot turn the football over, whether it's a fumble or a pick, because it comes to bite you in the ass, and it did. Okay? Andrews is part of that as well, so is Lamar Jackson. It is what it is. Why are you not feeding the football to Derrick Henry? 16 carries is not going to cut it. Derrick Henry is a volume runner. I don't know who the hell needs to hear this anymore, but if you don't give Derrick Henry a minimum of 24 carries, especially in this game, boom. Remember what I said last week. Whoever stops the runs, right, wins the game. Whoever stops the run, because they're a very physical team, whoever stops the run and forces the most turnover is going to win the game. And guess what? That was the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen did not have an astronomical game because they stuck to the game plan. They outrushed the Ravens through a complete combination, right? Maybe from a sense of not a rush yardage wise, but I think they were able to capitalize with the run in the red zone, while the Ravens didn't. All right. We have 1 touchdown from Lamar, threw for 2, pick, and Henry has 16 carries, ran for 1. The Bills knew what was at stake. Josh Allen rushed for 2 touchdowns. Ray Davis for another one. All right. We know that what the defense did. They stepped up with the fumble. Lamar Hanley had a huge sack fumble. The interception by Taylor Rapp. All right, another fumble. I mean, there was a lot of great key defensive plays. They forced the turnovers when they needed to. And that was better than Lamar going for 18 to 25, 254 yards. Remember what I told you? Lamar kind of gets away from what got him there. And I think this is really bad coaching by John Harbaugh. Because you brought Derrick Henry for this particular type of situation. For the games like this one, where he needs to get the damn ball over and over again. I don't know why you let Lamar try to beat you with his arm. Why you let Lamar do that, right? That's what kind of like the Ravens wanted. Because that man, that Derrick Henry, was not getting those runs and was not grinding and tearing that defensive line down, grinding that defensive line down. And that was the mistake of the game offensively. Derrick Henry should have had 16 carries in the first half. It's cold. It's snowing. Henry is made for this kind of football. And again, you can't turn the football over. It's a game the margins are very small. If the Bills had that many turnovers, the Ravens would have won. Probably by like 10 points. It is what it is, man. Again, Mark Andrews makes that catch 9 out of 10 times. And you got to put the blame on somebody. I think John Harbaugh did not prepare his team. He threw the game plan out the window. Wasted season. This is probably one of the best teams the Ravens has ever had, defensive-wise and offensive-wise. And having Zay Flower there is a problem. But Bateman stepped up. He's been stepping up in his absence. And Zay Flowers is absent. He has 66 yards, a touchdown. Isaiah Likely had 73 yards, a touchdown, 61 for Andrews. Everybody stepped up. You kind of picked up the slack a little bit here. But the fact that you ran Justice Hill more, the plan should have been give the ball to Henry and get the fuck out of the way. And Lamar cannot throw picks, and you cannot fumble the football. It is what it is. Last year, similar scenario. end zone, Zay Flower, costly turnover, fumbles the football. The Chiefs go to the Super Bowl. That's the story of the Ravens. They cannot clamp it down when it matters the most. 50-50 blame split here for Andrews and Lamar and also John Harbaugh. If you want to put, a three-way, 50-way, or whatever, a three-way split for 100% of the blame goes to those three guys. And, of course, the rest of the team. But, that's what I'm trying to say. Can't point the finger just at Lamar. Can't point the finger at just that one play in the fumble for Andrews. I mean, John Harbaugh should have known better. You cannot. You have to do. You signed Derrick Henry for a freaking reason, and that's for these type of games and these type of moments. And you failed to capitalize on the plan that you should have done. So it is what it is. With that being said, we now have the top playoff matchup right now, man. I'm hoping it's fireworks just like it was a couple of years ago. You know what I mean? When Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes went at it, and it decided to, and it went to overtime, and Patrick gets the ball, and Josh Allen never saw the field again. This is the game. I mean, either one. I wanted the Bills or the Ravens to. I don't care who won. I think I just wanted a good game. But I want somebody to beat the Chiefs. So whoever won between the Ravens and the Bills, I don't care, as long as they freaking beat the Chiefs next week. I want the Chiefs not in the Super Bowl this year. I'm sorry. Not. They don't deserve to be in the Super Bowl this year. Yeah, they do, because they've been there twice. So, but you know what I'm trying to say. I'm getting this New England feeling over and over again. I hate it. That's why I love it when my Giants beat Tom Brady in New England twice, because guess what, bro? They're not winning again. I don't want these guys to three-peat. I know the NFL wasn't three-peat. I don't. I'd rather Josh Allen to win his first Super Bowl. But this is the matchup of the week next week, man. Bills and Chiefs. This is what everybody's looking at. And another big opportunity. Another opportunity for Josh Allen to put himself in the conversation, because there's Patrick Mahomes all the way up here. And then you got the rest of the quarterbacks down here. Lamar, Joe Burrow, because he made it to a Super Bowl so far. Lamar, Jaylen, right? Josh, that tier. He's so far ahead because he's won so many of them so far in his young career. I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes. He's up here. The rest of the guys are down here. So another opportunity for Josh Allen to move his way up in that list, beating the great, because you got to beat the great, all right, to get going. Woo! All right, man. What else we got here? What's the other game that we got? Let's move on to the next one. Wow. And this game right here, nobody saw this one coming. Me and Cricket said last week that the Lions had no chance in hell. No chance in hell to beat the Commanders. No chance in hell to beat the Chiefs. And I've been sold all year long on this young man in Jayden Daniels. Love the kid. I've grown to love him since week 2. And it was one of those things that this kid, right, has a demeanor, a calmness. He's calm, cool, and collected. It doesn't matter in what stage of the game at such a young age. It's impressive. This kid put his foot to the metal from the start of the game and did not let off. 299 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, ran it 16 freaking times, 16 carries, 51 yards. Every time he made a play, this kid looked like a natural. That pass to Diami Brown, he has one of the most beautiful long balls I've seen in a long time. Terry McLaurin, he has taken this opportunity, his first time in the postseason, and making it work. Back-to-back touchdowns. Oh, my gosh. Zach Ertz has been a revelation, a shade. I look back a little bit of what he used to do with Philadelphia when he was in his prime. Another touchdown. He's been a security blanket for Jayden Daniels. Jayden is the fucking truth. This kid is the truth. It pains me as a Giants fan that we're going to have to deal with this guy now for the next 10 freaking years. My team is so fucked because we didn't draft this guy last year. Because maybe we could have if we would, not won a couple of more games. It sucks. It absolutely sucks seeing this kid be so good in our own division for a very long time. He's going to torment teams in this division. The cow bitches are down there with us as well. So, that's the only satisfaction it gives me. But come on, man. There is no pulse in this guy, like Tom Brady said. He is such a great individual, man. Such a cool kid. Such a great kid. And I'll talk a little more about it. Let me just go to the the Lion. It's one of those things. I don't know if the Lions did not come in ready or not. Jared Goff threw 3 picks. Unacceptable. I know they brought Montgomery back. Jahmyr Gibbs still had the bulk of the carries. He had 2 touchdowns. Jameson Williams had himself a touchdown as well. The running game was on point. Wasted effort for Amon St. Brown, 137 receiving yards. Gibbs had another 70 yards. Laporta had a touchdown with 51 yards receiving. I mean, it's one of those things that being ready all year long, just like the Vikings, the Lions. Top seed in the NFL, Super Bowl favorites, show up and put a freaking dud. The Commanders had nothing to lose, everything to gain. They were playing with house money. But the Lions are good enough to stump this team down. The Lions did not show up to play. I don't think they took this game seriously. Like I tell people, man, Dan Campbell is such a player coach, right? Everybody loves to play with Dan Campbell. The guy's such a motivator. He's a rock. Guy's a fucking meathead. He does everything. He's like a player. He'll run through a wall with you. Guy's a hell of a motivator. But Dan Campbell is not going to take it to the Super Bowl. Dan Campbell misses one thing that great coaches do. And that's using your head over your feelings and your emotions. Dan Campbell thinks he's still a player. He's a tight end. Put a helmet on. Let me go catch something. Love the guy. He's a great rebuilder. But he's not the guy that's going to take you past of where the Lions are, is going to take the Lions where the Lions are right now. And now the Ben Johnson aside with the Bears. I made a little reaction. Go check out my YouTube channel. Let's see what happens with this offense, who's Ben Johnson's brainchild with Jared Goff. Another year, another wasted opportunity by the Lions. Last year, they could have made the Super Bowl, but bad calls, going for it when you shouldn't by Dan Campbell, cost him. This year, I think Dan Campbell did not have his team ready. Again, going back to Jayden Daniels, this kid is so sharp, so well prepared, and it has to say it all. At the end of the game, they ask him, well, how is he so calm, cool and collected in these situations at a young age as a rookie? And answer was flawless. He goes, it's the way that I've been raised, the way that I've been built. He lives it all up to God. He praises his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He leaves it up to him. He's first, and he made me this way. Boom. Humble kid. His parents did a hell of a job. His parents raised a hell of a freaking kid who is so talented, but being talented in the NFL as a quarterback is not enough. You got to have it up here. Jayden Daniels has it up there. Just like he has it down here. Just like he has it down here in his body, physically, athletically, but he has it up here. He has a lot of heart. And he puts his trust on the man up there. Shout out to his parents. Whoever Jayden Daniels' parents are, man, you guys raised a hell of a leader, a great human being, and not just a great football player, but probably an individual who's going to be so productive in society and is going to do things the right way. Ooh, this is crazy, man. Nuts. This is the game that nobody, I think 90% of the world didn't expect this last week. Nobody expected this last week. Finally, the Rams and the Eagles, the mighty Eagles. Yo, this game was exciting, man. It was. Hold on, let me go back to the weird. This game was exciting. I enjoy this game, and I want to start out by first and foremost, man. As a Giants fan, as you see, you see my see up there, Giant Street. As a Giants fan, I am happy for Saquon Barkley that he's been able to display his greatness and at this level of competition. He made the playoffs once with the Giants, did okay, I guess, that game against the Vikings. But this team, the Eagles, are all Saquon right now. The offense may be struggling. Jalen Hurts got hurt. It doesn't matter. Saquon Barkley carried this team on his back, has done it 2 straight games, has done it with demeanor, has done it with such great leadership qualities. As a Giants fan, I am so happy because not even in a million freaking years, Saquon Barkley will be getting to the NFC conference finals, all right, championship game with the Giants. And he would never have the opportunity to show how great this guy is. So first and foremost, this Giants fan, and I think most of the Giant fans, are happy, even though he's not wearing the white and blue, are happy for Saquon to be in this position, even though he's not with the team. And even though it's with the shitty damn Philadelphia Eagles that we all hate as Giants fans, but we're happy that this kid is getting the shine that he deserves in the postseason. And right now, he has been one of the best postseason players out there, right up there with Jayden Daniels. He's not even a quarterback or wide receiver, and he is having one of the best postseasons right now out there. And the Eagles are fortunate to have him, because if not, the Eagles would have lost this game against the Rams. 28-22, man. Look, it was Saquon has ran over 200 yards twice against the Rams. Unreal. 226 carries. This is what they should have given Derrick Henry. I'm talking about the Rams. The Rams should have given this many carries to Derrick Henry. This is the difference of the game. Jalen said, it's snowing, it's bad, I'm going to feed my horse. Jalen also ran the football 70 yards. So he understood the assignment. 2 touchdowns, 205 yards. This man has ran for over 455 yards against the Rams this season alone. Wow. I think first player ever to have 2 60-yard touchdowns. Insane. And 2 60-yard playoff touchdowns. Unreal. That was the story of the game. They ran the hell out of the football. They let Saquon Barkley take over the game. Shout out to the Rams, man. This game could have been going to overtime. Shout out to the Rams. The Eagles defense, Jalen Carter sealing with the sacks. That was the story of the game. The story of the game was the defense. That was the story of the game, man. The defense came through hard, man. The Philadelphia Eagles, had like 7 sacks. It was tough. And some of those sacks, it's not like some of those sacks destroy the position, the field position for the Rams, especially when they were making that drive. Remember, at one point, the Eagles, they were in the red zone, man, with enough time to left until Jalen Carter was like, it's not going to happen. But at the end of the day, man, costly fumble by Kyren Williams, right? Matthew Stafford had himself a great game, 324, 2 touchdowns. Puka, 97 yards, couldn't find the end zone. Tyler Higbee had a hell of a game. Cooper Kupp got 5 receptions finally. But, 2 fumbles, 1 loss by Matthew Stafford, 1 fumble by Kyren Williams. It's tough, man, because these were all field-changing positions and also scores for the and there was one of those was a score for the Eagles. Let me go look back here. The Eagles had, hold on a second, guys. I'm sorry. Let me see right here. I forget who the hell was the one that scored that. But yeah, man, they were just all over the place. All over the place. Eagles defense won this game. And look, the Rams, Matthew Stafford should come back 1 or 2 years because I think the Rams are going to be a team, especially with San Francisco is going to rebuilding. Seattle, forget about it. They could compete and get back to another Super Bowl. This young defense of the Rams are nasty. These young horses take advantage of this. They're crazy. They are athletic, fast. But this year, it's all about the Eagles. The mighty Eagles. You ever see that movie, Angry Birds? Mighty Eagle, when they go up there. That's my kids, man. Insane. And now, with that being said, we have a throwback NFC Championship game. Yo, the Washington Redskins against the Philadelphia Eagles, baby. That's right. The Redskins are back, baby. I think last time I saw the Redskins in this position, I think Mark Rippon was the quarterback. Yo, it's going back to the early 90s, dude. The Commanders, sorry. If you got triggered by that, there you go. To me, they will always be the Redskins, and they should be called the Redskins again. Maybe there's some changes coming now that Trump is president. It's just, about to, eliminate, all that pussy technology and BS woke bullshit. This is interesting. Let's see how Jalen Hurst is coming out of this because he did get folded last game. Let's see how that knee feels. I know it's going to be another crappy weather because the cold front is ripping down the northeast coast, and it's going to be cold again next week down in the northeast because it's got to get cold down here in Florida. So, you know what I'm saying? When I mean cold, it gets down to like the 50s down here and maybe the 40s. It's going to be the 40s. I mean, it's going to be freezing up there. But with that being said, brother, a throwback old school NFC Championship game, the Eagles against the Washington Redskins. It is what it is. Looking forward. Can Jayden Daniels keep this momentum going? I mean, can this kid make the Super Bowl as a rookie? Can he be the first rookie quarterback to do that? I think that's a record. He could be the first rookie quarterback to ever do that. The last time a rookie quarterback suited up against the Philadelphia Eagles was Brock Purdy, and they took his ass out like in 2 plays. I don't think that's going to happen with this type of individual. McCormick, do I think the Skins could beat Philly? At this point, after 2 weeks, I think the Skins can beat anybody at this point because they have that young man who is the next up, Jayden Daniels. I think Jayden Daniels is that special this early on, and I think they can beat Philly. They shouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised. Let me put it that way. I'm going to pick Philly because I think Philly's defense is so much better, all right, than the Lions because the Lions are so banged up. I mean, we saw what they did with the Rams. If that offensive line doesn't protect Jayden Daniels, it's going to be a long afternoon. And I think with running the football with Saquon, it should be a grind them down game. But listen, the problem is that Jayden Daniels, they just give him he needs only a few seconds before he lets that shit deep and hits his receiver. So, yes, it wouldn't surprise me if the Redskins beat the Philadelphia Eagles just because Jayden Daniels is that damn good this early on. Boom. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. We have 2 great matchups next week. The Bills and the Chiefs. And then the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders / Redskins. But yeah, Philly's defense is on point. That's going to be the difference maker. I am not going to talk about bets and stuff like that for this game yet. I'm going to do another closer to next week, like around Friday. We're probably going to come back live again and, do all the rundown, the previews for both games and best bets and all that good stuff. So we'll do that, man. Again, I'm a Corbin's pick for tonight's game, for tonight's college championship game, which we're going to go ahead and give you my take real quick on this. You know what I'm saying? Just want to give you my quick take on that, even though I'm not a big college guy. On Ohio State against the Irish, the Notre Dame Irish right here, my friend. Give me a pint. He has Ohio State minus 8.5 and take the under 50.5. Cash, baby. That's plus money if you do that. And when McCormick says it, it hits a nice % of the time because he knows what the hell he's talking about. Here we go. Who do I like in this game? The script is set. The narrative is there for the Cinderella story, kind of like Michiganish. For Notre Dame, who has become the darling of this year's college football season, who nobody likes the Irish. Everybody hates Notre Dame. But this year they're loved. How they've won, how they persevere, the games have been ugly, grinding down, whatever. But the narrative is set. The narrative is set for Notre Dame to upset Ohio State, for Rudy to come down of that tunnel with Frodo Baggins and Bilbo Baggins, you know what I'm saying, and cheering up for the Irish, right? But that's the way the narrative has been set. That's the way this whole plot has been surfacing, and is pointing to the upset of the year. Boom, first playoff, the college playoffs, first national championship with the playoff, with a college 12-team playoff makeup, right? I don't think that's going to happen. Ohio State is more talented. Ohio State has the better quarterback. Ohio State has the better weapons, better wide receivers, better running back. Maybe the running backs, no, I think I give that to Love. Love has a better running back than Henderson. But I do like Will Howard a lot better than Riley Leonard. So I like Smith, who's only like 18 years old. Shout out, he's from down here, South Florida, baby. But we're good, dog. He's good. He is so good. And the defense, pretty evenly marked, right? I think Ohio State has the second best defense in the country, and the Irish is third best defense. Or was vice versa, one of the two. So defensive wise, they're pretty evenly matched up. That's why I agree with McCormick, who's in the chat, in the Rumble chat. Yes, it's going to be a ground and pound game. Run the football. Each guy, whoever can force the quarterback to do a mistake, a turnover the football, is the one that's going to be the victor here at the end. So don't expect a lot of fireworks from an offensive juggernaut here. I think it's going to be more of I think the spread might be one, but it's going to be because one team is not going to score and the other one's going to force turnovers for scores. So I do like Ohio State on this one. I don't care how much luck of the Irish, the Notre Dame University, Northern Irish has had in this run, but it runs out right here. Fucking leprechauns are going to get drowned in whatever river is in Ohio. I forget the name of it. That goes to Cleveland. It has a lot of crap in it, too. So they're going to get drowned. Those leprechauns are going to get thrown in there, and they're going to get drowned by the Ohio State Buckeyes, baby. I don't even know what a Buckeye is. That's my take. Ohio State. Let's roll. Roll with it. Roll with it, brother. That's all I got for today. I want to get my beer going downstairs. I grilled out early today. Shout out and happy MLK, Martin Luther King Day. Remember, great this day today, which also happens to be the inauguration of Donald J. Trump, which I don't care what side of the fence you are, whether you vote red or you vote blue. Country was due for a change, and the country spoke, and they elected Donald J. Trump. Not comparing him to MLK, but he's a little out there. And he's got to do right by this country like he did once. But Martin Luther King, man, was an individual who looked into people's heart during a time that, there was a population, African-Americans, that were not given their fair share. The prejudice, the racism. He took it with peace. He made a movement with peace and spoke about loving each other, regardless of what color you are, but by the contents of your heart. And today, that message resonates. It doesn't matter who you are, man. Whether you are white, black, Latino, Asian, it doesn't matter, man. Judge people by their character, judge people by their actions, don't judge them by the way they look. And that goes for every freaking ethnicity, color. It doesn't matter. There's no such thing as reverse racism. Racism is racism. And racism is not right. Whether it's a black person to a white person, or white person to a black person, a Latino to an Asian, or Latino, it doesn't matter. Racism is just racism. Don't judge by the color of your skin or by your ethnicity. Judge by the content of the person's heart and their character. That's the message in the life that Martin Luther King wanted it, and it's not too late, and we can still have this in today's world. Let's stop acting like it. Let's stop fuming flames. Let's stop race baiting, because that's what fuels the flame of racism. Just because we got millionaires and billionaires actually, who own media companies pushing a narrative so people can tune in to their product. All right? Just let's step back. Let's love each other. MLK was a Christian, and his message is always love each other, because that's what Jesus would want you to do. So rest in peace, Dr. King. Your message is still alive and well, and it's time to revive it. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Appreciate you all. Thank you very much. And we will see you next week. Most likely do a preview of the NFC Championship sometime this week. I don't know when, Friday, Thursday, not sure yet. But I will be back on, whether solo or with somebody, but I will be back on. Appreciate you all. Enjoy the game tonight, baby. Let's go, Ohio State. Your boy E-Man from the Average Joe Sports Networks. Peace.